Emerald Valley Thinning has worked for Roseburg Resources for about 20 years now. They're a very dependable company. They have 2 yarder sides currently, a yoder side and a shovel side, and we pretty much keep them working year-round on us, and they do a great, exceptional job for us.
Emerald Valley Thinning, they get really tough logging jobs quite often. Like this one is by far the most challenging logging unit I've ever seen.
The difficult part about this unit was the stream buffer in the bottom and the haul road, and getting enough lift to suspend up and over all of that, and then keep traffic flowing and the public out and keep the operation safe.
This harvest unit is 90 to 95% cable logging in some of the steepest ground that you can find in Oregon. There's a lot of rock throughout this unit. In addition to that, there's a really steep adverse spur that's about 45% that originally they used a cat to haul the logs up, and we didn't want to do that this time, so we had to downhill log part of the unit and then use haul back to log the other side of it.
So in recent years with the Forest Practice Act, we've added some new rules, one of them being slope retention areas, and it's essentially 2/10 of an acre on very steep slopes that have trigger sources where they could cause a landslide if they were clear cut. And Travis, the owner of Emerald Valley Thinning, has to figure out how to log this unit without damaging or disturbing those slope retention areas. As you can see in the back over there, he has 2 of them.
On 2 of the landings, there were areas that are slope retention areas, which are areas that they're trying to prevent erosion on. And they had to work around these areas in order to log this unit. They had to move the yarder into different areas, log through and around them.
He did a really good job retaining them and making sure that they weren't damaged in any way, and the cutters didn't accidentally cut through them.
So the majority of this unit, it was all hand fell. It's just too steep. There was a portion, about 6 acres, that we were able to tether cut and work around the ELZs with that machine.
Yeah, so we have new rules in the Forest Practices Act. One of them is a equipment limitation zone or restricted equipment limitation zone, and they can't run equipment into it, and it's usually a 30 to 35 foot buffer. They can still harvest trees out of it, they just can't get equipment in there. And his operators do a really good job of identifying those areas on the map prior to harvest, so that while they are harvesting, they maintain their efficiency and their resource protection. They also do a really good job talking with the stewardship forester in the area about, what should we be doing here? What do you want to see? Maybe we need to cross right here, which is allowed in the rules. And we do a really good job working with them, and, the communication's on point. This unit is located about 12 miles southwest of Anita, Oregon, in the Siuslaw River basin. It's actually right along the Siuslaw River. The Siuslaw River is a very important salmon stream. It has a bunch of salmon returned back to it every single year, and it is one of the most productive salmon fisheries, I think, in Oregon. And endangered salmon travel up this stream every winter, so they're working right next to a really, really sensitive stream in a really sensitive area with a really sensitive fish. They have to yard through the creeks to be able to capture the timber. Like on that face right there, they were yarding it downhill across the creek, and they did a really good job finding natural openings in the creek so that, when the logs were too low and they didn't have enough lift, they'd be able to swing them through without damaging any of the residual timber, leaf trees that are helping shade the creek and provide valuable habitat for salmon and steelhead.
Taking on a job like this with all the extra requirements made the margins very slim. We had to be extra efficient on our end to keep production up, but still work around the extra requirements.
In January 2024, an ice storm came through, and it caused a lot of the trees to break and fall over. The loggers came through and picked it up, and it increases the the danger and the risk of the harvest, because it makes it more dangerous for a timber faller to go in and buck trees that are already fallen over off the root ball. and it's just really dangerous for them to do it. But they were able to come in and do it and save, the timber. Typically, when you're doing salvage, you only have a couple years after the incident to, capture that volume in usable wood before it starts to rot or succumb to beetle infestation, or even fire, because all that wood is just sitting on the ground drying out. So Roseburg and EVT being able to come in here and salvage it is a really good thing to do.
So as the job is wrapping up, we went through and looked at everywhere we've been with the new rules and the equipment limitation zones, and everything turned out above and beyond what we were expecting. The stream buffer has very minimal damage, and we were able to keep everything intact.
No, Travis is one of my most trusted contractors. If I put Travis on a unit, I know that the sorts are going to go well, the logging is going to go well.
So when we take on jobs like these, I try to get the highest quality people to work with me. They're out here to do the right thing, make good decisions, take care of the land.